I've never been as happy as a boxer as I am right now.
Just trying to kill people all the time. Inside the ring only.
Takes our mind off the fights. Big fights, we'll have big fights coming up. Done a big session today, so we're going down to the beach to chill out. We train twice a day, Monday to Friday, once on a Saturday, and then we have Sunday off, so we've kind of a day and a half off now. Bit of sunbathing, maybe a massage, and we've got a football. We've been training hard, we've been sparring hard, and we've been training sensibly as well, but in between sessions I don't think that there's a problem enjoying yourselves and having as much fun as possible. They'll just think we're footballers. I obviously miss my family the most. I speak to them every day, a couple of times a day. I probably annoy my wife a little bit by the amount of times the phone, but you need to, you know. I'm not just doing this for myself, you know. I don't like really being away from home, and it's not all just about me, but it's about the greater good, and it's about providing for them all. Did he knock me out? It's the most important fight of my career. There's a lot riding on it. The winner certainly goes on to fight for a world title, possibly in the next fight. I'll be keeping a close eye on Warrington and Selby. I think that it's a good fight. I think it's a closer fight than maybe I'd have thought 6 months ago. I know that my next fight after Donaire is going to be in Windsor Park, so whether one of them two are willing to come to Windsor to fight me, that's another question. But I can't overlook Nonito Donaire at all. He's a quality fighter, and I don't want to disrespect him. The boys are the best bunch of people I've been around. I'm not just saying that. There's a few of them sitting here, Martin and Conrad. You know, we're working hard and we're trying to better each other, but we're having fun as well, and that's the way it should be. I've never been as happy as a boxer as I am right now.
This is Mr. Yako's house, my sponsorship. He's always in Johannesburg, but I'm always here trying to keep his house for me. And right here, this is my baby here. 6 seconds. Soon it will be written 6 seconds. And that one there, that one belongs to Mr. Yako, but I will have a negotiation with him because that car is for champions, that one. I want to drive that car after the fight when I'm coming from Belfast. Drive it down from the airport. This is an inspiration at its home, this house. It's very big, very beautiful. This is a dream of each and every boxer that is here in South Africa, that one day I would love to own a house like this one. So give me 2 or 3 years, this house will be mine.
Oh, give me 5, boy.
Yeah.
Nice one.
This will be my house very soon. You know, it's not so easy to grow up in East London, especially in Tanzania, where we are born and bred. People are stabbing each other, house robberies. Yeah, it's very bad.
Kidnapping.
You know. It's very bad, especially the youngsters. They are guys with talent, but they are smoking it out, and they are drinking. And when you ask them, but guys, why are you doing this thing? They always say, but you don't have anything, you know, when it comes to money. We don't have any earnings. But I try and talk to them and say, but I'm also not working. You know, I chose the sport of boxing as a career, and now I'm making a living out of boxing. I know the feeling of being in a struggle. And I don't want to wish that thing for anyone else. These are the houses we should be dreaming about, you know, as youngsters, where you feel that I'm a world champion now, I need to own this house.
Like, we're training really hard. We're walking past or having a bit of crack, you know. The rest of it outside doesn't have to be that hard. You know, the more enjoyable it is now, it's training easier.
You know what, it was outstanding. I've got to say, I'm proud of the guys. 10 out of 10 for effort. I won't say 10 out of 10 for performance on Sunderland. When it's your off time, you need to relax. Bonding, you know, camaraderie, that little bit of team spirit, everyone gets on, and tomorrow we'll get up, straight back to the business where we started off yesterday.
I'm just giving me all, I'm not a good singer. As you're probably going to hurt.
Good crack. You know what I mean? Just we're in camp, we've done our training, and we're having a bit of fun. We laugh. Pick the big song. Takes our mind off of fights. Big fights, we'll have big fights coming up. And as long as we're training and we're up in the morning for the gym, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be doing that. I know some people may frown upon it, but I think it's good crack, and we all get the most out of it.
These men are world champions.
Yeah?
Right, man.
Start picture.
This is Biddle's Bar. I always come here after my fights. John's the owner, he's a good friend of mine. He always buys tickets and gets me bottles of whiskey when I win. So hopefully he'll be buying me another bottle. Paddy, unfortunately I've known him since about, I think I went on the Irish senior team when I was 17. Now he was already one of the names on the team, so about 10, 11 years. And he doesn't seem to be going away. I grew up with Carl Frampton in the Irish team. I've known him a long time. He's a massive name in Belfast. Everyone on the street knows who Carl Frampton is, and it's a completely different experience to be fighting on his kind of shows. I mean, even with ticket sales, it went in like a week. All my tickets, it's crazy. People love Frampton out here, and to be fighting on his bill on such a big night, not just normal Frampton night. It's a massive fight against Donaire, and the place is buzzing already before, and it's still a week away. Where I'm from, West Belfast, there's as much boxing clubs as there is sweet shops. My daddy went out, he bought me a pair of boxing boots, and he wasn't making much money at the time, but they cost 80 or 90 pounds, I forget how much it was. And he said, I bought these, so you have to stick at boxing for a year. I wanted to leave, but I couldn't leave because he bought me his boots. And then by the end of the year, it was actually good. Started winning all my fights, and became addicted after. The place is buzzing. There's big show after big show here now. And I think it's just going to grow. There's more people just turning pro early age, and you're seeing the progression that Irish boxing is having. You know, I'm a big fan of tattoos, tattoo artists. That's Amy Winehouse. I love Amy Winehouse, the legend. My daddy is in the Birds of Prey, and that's an owl for my daddy. That's my daughter's name. That's for my son. He loves dinosaurs. That's for Paddy Barnes. Kill a snake. Every fight that I've had, I've got a tattoo after, more or less. So it's kind of a tradition after a fight to get a tattoo, and I'll be booking in to get one after this.
We're to do a bit of sparring with Tommy, helping each other out. Both of us fighting on the same date, so it's a hard fight. That's why I'm training hard. That's why I'm putting everything into every session. The respect goes out the window on the night. I don't think I need any of the bull that comes with boxing. He seems to be a nice guy, but he's an opponent, and he's standing on the road of potentially a fight at Windsor Park, which is something I've dreamed of since I was young.
You know as he comes, and then you come and travel.
We're a close-knitted team, and to be honest, we've only kind of been together a few months, really, all of us.
Nice and short, that's what I was talking about, yeah?
And we both very sharp today. We're trying to better each other. We're very happy.
In that ring, the name of the game is to win and be first, and now he's preparing to become world champion again, and I'm preparing to become Commonwealth champion.
So anything can happen in this fight. You know, he's not a one-trick pony. He can fight, he can box. So I need to be ready for everything, and I think I am.
Time! Good sparring, boys.
When I prepare for a fight, or when I'm fighting, I always ask for my mother, either from Tamla or from my dad. He's more like a trainer now. And when we get home, yeah, I think he wants to show that, don't forget that I'm your father with you. So there's always that kind of relationship between the three, including my brother.
Tables have turned. It's Zolani who has employed his father now.
You know, when my mother got amputated, what year was it? 2013.
Yeah.
So I spoke to my manager. I said, I know I'm not making much out of this fight, but I can try and help my mother, maybe buy a leg for her. She was so happy, and you could see the smile on her face, that it was one of those smiles she used to smile when she was still young, or the day she met my dad. So, so it was one of those big smiles. And you know, when your parents are happy, then you could feel it in your heart that, you know what, you've done the best things. I think she has seen the benefits of me becoming a world champion. They are no longer working now. So we're trying by all means, you know, as much as we could with my brother to make sure the house does not fall. And we know we need to make sure that every day there's food in the house, there's electricity. You know, they shouldn't need anything whilst we still have power to support them. You know, when I retire from boxing, I want to help the young kids. I need to build a gym. And I did not think at this time and point I will be a world champion. You know, it was always a dream, but today I'm living that dream. So it is possible for these kids outside to become world champions as well, you know, even be popular more than I am. This is where I grew up. This is where I used to train. This is where my boxing career started. There, see those lights there? That was a gym. It was called the Rising Stars Boxing Club. So you see, that gym has Rising Star. See a star in me. From nothing, I became a world champion. And then from there, I've been in boxing all the time. Just trying to kill people all the time. Inside the ring only. Shut the boxer, bro. Wait a more. Yes. 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 Shut up. Sure, bro. This is the talent I want to grow. I want to build up these boys, make them world champions. Believe that boy one day will become a world champion through my help, and I'm definitely gonna do that.